I tried to shift for 5 days in a row. Here's what happened. So in this video, I'm gonna be sharing my experience of shifting for 5 days in a row. I recorded myself the night before shifting and the morning after. I'm gonna tell you a few lessons I've learned from doing this and that I've just realized about shifting. So yeah, I just want to say why I decided to make this video. It's because I was lacking some motivation to shift for like a while, and I had only ever shifted or got symptoms by accident, really. And I want to really grasp the skill of reality shifting. So I thought that making a video of me trying to shift for 5 days in a row would help. By the way, just a side note, if I say in any of the next clips that, oh my god, I'm trying to shift for 4 days or 4 days, it's because originally I was doing 4 days, but then I decided to shift one more night. So that's why. It's 5 days now, it's not 4. For this shift, I was feeling very confident. I had my hair braided, I journaled, I read this blog about manifesting and using the SATS method, and I even wrote down a scene that would happen after I've shifted. It was really good. So it's the morning. I didn't shift, but I did do something. I did 2 things, okay? So, I went to bed feeling really good about shifting because I felt really confident because I was reading this blog about SATS, which is Neville Goddard's state akin to sleep, and this girl was like, write down what you want so you know what you want. And so I wrote it down in my journal, and I was like confident. I was like, bitch, I'm getting what I want. And it was like to shift. And the cool thing about manifesting is that even if I didn't shift last night, I've still manifested it. You know what I mean? So it's cool either way. So that's one thing I did. And I really loved my attitude last night. So I didn't do a method particularly. I just did this girl's blog, which she said in the state akin to sleep. So I was doing breathing in, counting to 4, breathing out, counting to 4. And then I was just trying to relax my mind and relax my body. And I always face my palms up because this is just a me thing. But so I usually sleep like this with my arm crossed because it's like I feel warm and protected. It's like, maybe it's like a survival thing, like you're protecting your organs, I don't fucking know. But that's how I sleep, like, comfortably. But last night, because I was so confident, I was sleeping with my palms up, which is like you're receiving energy, and for me it's like me telling myself, okay, I can go, like I can leave. Like if I'm like this kind of thing, like I want to stay in my body, but if I'm palms up, I can leave. It's just something I do. So then I was doing that, and I actually got a shifting symptom, which I haven't gotten in a while, kind of. It's been like 2 weeks, I think. The symptom was that my feet were going numb, and I was like, oh shit. And then, you know what I realized is that when my feet were going numb, I got excited a bit, and I was like, oh my god, it's working. And then it faded away a bit, so I was like, oh, and I returned to calm, and it worked. So don't get excited, bitches, I'm telling you. My window is open, okay? And my bed is like right underneath my window. I can hear everything outside. And I heard this like gunshot sound. My neighborhood is kind of ghetto, not gonna lie. So I'm not really surprised. But like a gunshot is still scary and like kind of rare. So I got scared. And when you're in a state that's near sleep, like I was, when you're in a relaxed state, for me anyways, when you get scared, it fucks you up. Like, I felt the fear all over my body because I was so, like, sensitive to it. And then my feet turned, like, less numb, and I felt my heartbeat in my head, and I was like, oh my fucking god. So, yeah, so then I was kind of a little scared. I closed my window after that. And then guess what happened? I tried to continue. And then I ended up having a fucking nightmare. Are you kidding me? I'm still shook by it, by the way. Like, that was fucking scary. And I already had ChatGPT interpret it. You know what? Okay, I had a nightmare, but something good happened in it, okay? So, in my basement, there's, like, windows, little baby windows. And if I look outside of it, in my dream, this isn't what it looks like in real life, but I looked outside of the window, and there was these overalls, okay? And I swear, these overalls were moving by themselves, as if a person was in them, but no one was in them. So I was like, what the fuck? Where's my mom? So then I ditched the fucking weird overall shit. I run up the stairs, and as I'm running up the stairs, I remember thinking, like, oh, I gotta do a reality check because I've been trying to lucid dream, and it's only been, like, 2 days, bro. Like, my subconscious is lit as fuck. Anyways, I was like, I don't want to be in a lucid dream in the fucking nightmare, so then I said, fuck that, and I went and found my mom. So I didn't lucid dream, but I thought of it, and that is a huge step for me. Like, bitch, that is so good. So, then my mom came down and I showed her, and she was like, oh yeah, it does look like that. And then I look in this other window that doesn't exist in my basement, but whatever. And there are these baby overalls. I really look, and then there's a baby in them. And I was like, what the fuck? And then it was a baby ghost. I was like, what is going on? And then I grabbed the baby ghost from the window somehow. And it turns into this Barbie. And then this Barbie has, like, eyelashes on, but then, like, I shower it, and then the makeup falls off. And then this Barbie is literally kind of, like, similar to my DR. But it was, like, a cursed object, okay? I'm shifting to JJK, so, like, it kind of makes sense, but, like, bitch, no thank you. I don't fuck with that. And then the Barbie was, like, cursing, like, my dog, and I was like, girl, what the fuck are you doing? And then I was searching up ways to cleanse it, but, like, nothing would load, and I was like, oh my god, what am I doing? So then I woke up. One thing that Neville Goddard, I don't know if it was him, I'm pretty sure it was him, always go to sleep with, like, a peaceful, like, happy, positive mind. And I did not do that last night because I heard that scary sound before going to bed, so then I was scared, and I didn't release that fear, so then I had a nightmare. It was inevitable, you know. It wasn't a successful shift, but I'd still say that it was successful because I almost lucid dreamed. My nightmare had something to do with my DR, kind of. I'm just saying that so it sounds better. And I had a really good mindset going into it, so yeah. But now I'm, like, kind of scared to shift again because I don't want that to happen again. See you tonight. It's nighttime. I'm gonna be real honest. I woke up early this morning because I had a nightmare, as you know, and I'm tired. So, do I feel like shifting? Not really. And I know when you don't feel like shifting, don't shift. But you know what? I'm just gonna do a little test run because I'm trying out this new method and I want to do it in a sequence, so it's fine. And I want to do it for this video. So, yeah. I'm gonna do the same method that I did last night, which is the SATS method. And I just want to say that there's a really good blog that I read, and I'm going to put it in the link. So if you want to learn more about SATs, it's a really cool one, actually. And I will say that I know, like, the blogger personally. I just journaled my day, and I think I'm gonna get motivated to go to my waiting room because that's the first place that I want to go. And I'm like feeling like spiritual and like vibey, you know what I mean? And my waiting room is my grandmother's house, and I see my grandma there. So yeah, I think I might go on Pinterest or just think about it, and then I'm gonna start with the method, and then I'm gonna fall asleep because I'm tired as fuck. And I'm gonna try and use this one as more of a sleep method, but sometimes when I get to bed and I get into my method, I'm really into it, then I do an awake method. But right now, I'm feeling that it's gonna be like a sleep method, but we'll see. Okay, peace. Oh yeah, I can't forget to say what DR I'm going to. I'm still going to Jujutsu Kaisen DR. Except first I'm going to my waiting room, then I'm going to Jujutsu Kaisen. And I didn't forget the thing that I wrote in my journal. Like, what I want, I wrote it in my journal. And I'm still gonna, like, intend that. Because it was a phrase that, like, makes me feel really powerful. And I feel really confident right now, so. The moon's in Aries, so that's probably why. I'll see you in the morning. Or will I? Just kidding. My time ratio, like, no time passes by, so I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. I didn't shift last night. I can't remember my dream right now. I might remember it later. But it was a pleasant dream. It was cool. And I'm not mad that I didn't shift because I was really tired and I didn't think I was gonna shift. And I didn't really try to shift. I just wanted to fall asleep. So, yeah. I had a really good sleep. So I'm glad that I didn't shift because I really needed that. Oh yeah, and when I was doing my method thing, my hands and feet kind of got numb. It's a very strange feeling. It's like as though they're like disappearing or they're like turned off. I can imagine it in my head, but it's hard to explain. It's a really cool feeling though. But that's as far as I got. So I just breathed in, counted to 4, breathed out, counted to 4. And then I was just thinking about my grandmother. And then I fell asleep. Yeah, I can't remember my dream. I'm really glad that I didn't shift last night because I had a really good sleep. And like I feel good right now in the morning. I'm ready to start my day. I think tonight I'll be more motivated to shift. Because I was just too tired. And I know I'm filming this video, but like when you don't want to shift or you don't feel like shifting, you don't have to, you know? Like, I'm in no rush to see Gojo. You know what I mean? There's a lot of manifestations that are coming true, and a lot of shit's happening in my current reality here, and I'm kind of excited for them. So, like, I don't really feel like shifting, but I am quite excited to see my grandma and to go talk to her. I will see you tonight. Peace. Okay, so it's nighttime. I just watched the new Marvel movie, the Wolverine and Deadpool one. It's really good and it made me laugh. It was really fun. Anyways, and now I'm going to try and shift again tonight. It's pretty late already, so I think I'm just gonna go to bed and try the SATS method again. Maybe think of my DR a bit. I think I'm gonna still shift to Jujutsu Kaisen just because I really scripted for that one, especially for the rules. Because I was like, what if I go to like one of my other DRs? But I don't know. I don't really know where I want to go, honestly. Like, I don't know what I want to do. And my waiting room is still my grandma's house. And yeah, I'm probably gonna be shifting to Jujutsu Kaisen because I have a really cool grandpa there and he teaches me like natural healing and shit, which I could use in this reality. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I'm doing the SATS method, shifting to JJK and to my waiting room first. See you in the morning. Good morning. I did not shift last night because let me tell you why. I was too tired. Once again. Wow. I still tried the SATS method, but I didn't like really try. I just fell asleep and I had a cool dream and it had something to do with being a superhero because I just watched the Marvel movie. And it's because I went to bed late. If I go to bed early tonight and I get motivated to shift before that, I will probably actually try and not be as tired. I didn't care if I shifted, like, I didn't really want to shift, so. Sometimes I just want to stay in this reality, you know what I mean? Like, shifting would still be cool, but like, putting in the effort to shift, sometimes I just don't feel like it. But I still, like, I tried again for a bit this morning. If you want to shift or manifest or just get in the void state, you do that either at night before you're about to go to sleep or in the morning when you're kind of up because you're already near that state. Oh yeah, and you can get into the void like at any time, like during the day. You don't have to always do it at night and in the morning, but that's just when you're naturally near that state. Yeah, so I was like just trying to meditate and stuff, but like, and then my alarm went off and I was like, okay. So yeah, that was the third night. See you tonight. For this night, I was feeling a little frustrated because I felt like no matter what I did, I wouldn't be able to shift. So I tried to get my crystals out and I still tried to think positive and stuff. So, yeah. Good morning. I'm laying down because I'm still tired. So, I didn't shift last night. And I'm really not surprised once again. I'm gonna have to make another video like this. But I'm gonna have to make it like when I'm actually motivated to shift. Because right now, the first night, it was perfect. I was motivated to shift. I was excited to make this video. But then the nights after that, I just wasn't motivated anymore because I was tired and like I just didn't feel like shifting. So I think there is something to learn here though. Is that when you do feel like shifting, you can do it. And when you don't feel like shifting and you still do it, you're not gonna fucking shift. And I knew that and I still did it anyways, which, yeah. It was for the sake of this video. And last night I also didn't know what method I was using. I wasn't motivated to shift to my waiting room or to my DR. And I was just like, what am I doing? And like my intention wasn't there. Like, I was remembering how I went to the void before, and one of the ways that I've shifted to the void is by listening to music as I fall asleep. Oh, Betsy's going on Pengu. Okay. But now, when I listen to music and fall asleep, I don't fall asleep. I just stay awake. So I couldn't sleep last night. And then I was like, okay, fuck shifting. I just want to go to sleep. So I gave up on that. Anyways, so if the lesson from this video is that shift when you feel like fucking shifting and when you're not tired, or just shift when you feel like shifting and know what you're doing, because if you don't feel like shifting, like, girl, don't shift. But if you don't know what you're doing, where you want to go, why are you even trying to shift right now? Yeah. And I was gonna be like, oh my god, maybe I can, like, extend the video by, like, trying to shift for one more night. But I was like, you know what? If I don't feel like shifting, I don't feel like fucking shifting. And that's completely fine. Because sometimes in this reality, it gets a little busy, you know? And you don't really feel like shifting. But that first night was really good. Like, I hadn't gotten a symptom in quite a bit. And then I got one like that. So that was really good. And I was really motivated. So if you're planning on making a video like this, I suggest maybe, unless you're really motivated to shift, you can do it 4 nights in a row. But just do 4 nights. I tried shifting for 4 nights. And just do it, like, for 4 nights, but not in a row. You know what I mean? Like, just when you're motivated to shift. That's what I'm gonna do next time if I make another one of these videos. Or you can also say, I tried to shift 4 times, and it can be, like, during the day, like, whenever. It doesn't have to be at night. You know what I mean? You're so cute. She's a sun goddess. She loves the sun. And I'm hogging it right now. I'm sorry, my love. Peace. I'm wearing my shirt still. Don't worry, I washed it. I decided to do a 5th night because I am tired, and I've been in this, like, tired state before. And when I'm in this state, I know that I enjoy trying to shift and stuff. And I also scripted this morning, and I had a really fun time with my sister and my mom. So I'm just in a really high, good mood. But my energy is really low because I'm about to get my period and the moon is losing light, so my energy will be lower. And the moon is also in Taurus, so it's always a good time to rest for me when the moon is in Taurus. So I just really had fun today, and I tried to rest and relax a lot. So I'm gonna do more research, and I'm gonna try and figure my shit out. But right now, as of right now, I do still want to shift to my JJKDR and maybe go to my waiting room first. I'm not too sure. I might decide that once I'm in bed and about to do it. But I'm also going to research on more methods, maybe the SATS method. I'm going to research more on sleeping methods because I'm not really very familiar with them. Bye. See you later. Peace. You can't see me, I don't think, but it's 5 a.m. and the moon and stars are really fucking pretty. But I didn't shift because I was motivated in the beginning, but then I was actually really motivated, but then I just slowly lost focus and motivation, and I just fell asleep once again. Really enjoying the moon though and the stars. Very pretty. So I went back to sleep at 4 a.m. and I had a dream. I was like kind of in the void state because I was like on the verge of sleep and I was still having thoughts and I remember them. And this one thought became my dream, kind of. What I've learned from this is that I have to work on this shit, bro. I am not a pro shifter. Seriously. And I can only shift when I feel like shifting. Because what keeps happening to me throughout these 5 days I've been doing what people have been commenting, like, oh, I keep falling asleep when I try to go to the void, like, oh, I can't shift, like, and I relate to you now. And, like, I'm trying to go to the void, but then I fall asleep, and then I don't even remember my dream. Like, what, bitch? But I'm gonna be honest, that dream that I just had uncovered some shit. Made me realize something. So, I'm gonna go cry now, bye. Yeah. That's crazy. So, to sum up what I learned from trying to shift for 5 days in a row. Number 1, shift when you feel like shifting. If you don't feel like shifting, you do not have to. You are in no obligation. You don't have to try and shift every night. Just because there's like a slight chance. Like, no, girl. If you don't feel like shifting, you don't have to. Okay? You're in no rush, like I said earlier. Like, you have time. It's okay. Number 2, this kind of goes with the first one. Don't shift when you're tired. Again, if you don't feel like shifting because you're tired or you just don't feel like it, don't shift. You don't have to. Shifting is just this fun, silly, goofy thing that you discovered, okay? It's not an obligation. It's a cool hobby that you do, okay? Yeah. Doesn't mean, though, that you have to completely ignore it and not take shifting seriously. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, like, take shifting seriously, but not too seriously. I know it's kind of confusing. It makes sense in my head. Number 3, know where you're going and what you're doing. If you don't know what method or what you even want to try and do, you don't necessarily have to do a shifting method, but just something that you like. Oh, I'm gonna try meditating and then falling asleep, or like, you don't need a plan to shift, but like, if you're actively going to try and shift, maybe just have a little something, you know what I mean? And know where you're going. Like, what DR are you going to? What rating room do you want to go to? You know what I mean? Like, unless you're winging it, which is fine, but in this video, I wasn't trying to wing it, and I had no clue where I wanted to go, and I wasn't motivated to go, so I didn't know to what DR I wanted to go to. It was a mess. So know an idea of what you're doing. And the 4th lesson is, sometimes you don't shift for a good reason. Like, on the 5th night, I had this dream, and it was very, like, it awakened something in me, and it was very beneficial. Were I to have shifted, I wouldn't have healed that part of me that I healed that day because of that dream. So I'm very thankful that I didn't shift that night. Also, for day 3 and day 2, I'm pretty sure it was, I needed to rest and I needed to sleep, and I was like, I'm so glad I didn't shift because I had a really good sleep. Like, I laugh because it's funny to me, but like, sometimes you just need a good sleep, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes shifting is like, okay, girl, not right now. Thanks. Like, I love playing volleyball. Do I play volleyball every night? No. If I don't feel like playing volleyball, bitch, I'm not playing volleyball. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to do it every single night. That's the key thing that I've learned in this video, is that if I shift one night because I'm motivated and super excited to shift, go ham. But if I try and force myself to shift for 3 other nights after that night just because I felt motivation for that one day, bitch, shut up. Right now, in this very moment, do I feel like shifting? No. Because I have shit to do. That's another thing. Sometimes this reality is just, you're a little busy. Like, sometimes you just have shit going on and it doesn't work out, which is completely fine. Okay, my loves, thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, the really cool blog by my sister. Yes, my sister's a reality shifter, and she's really cool, and she has this blog that talks about reality shifting, spirituality, traveling, all the shit that I personally love. so you may personally love. Okay, so go check her out. It's MMA, and it's lit as fuck. It's down in the description, and also if you want to follow me on all of my other social medias, they're down there too, including my Discord. So add me on Discord if you want to be in our shifting group chat. And also, I just want to say, someone asked about this shirt, and it's I Heart Reality Shifting, and I'm gonna be dropping some merchandise soon, so stay tuned, bitches. And I have another project that I'm working on, and it's so fucking cool, and I'm so excited. So, yeah. You like that little wink there? Yeah. Okay, thank you again for watching this video. I truly appreciate it, and happy shifting. Peace. Mwah.